This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory where heroes are made.
Brilliant, absolutely first class.
29 tournaments spanning 18 countries. It's a 10-month campaign to determine the very brightest prospects in golf.
I don't believe it! How about that?
Along the way, a chance for the class of 2023 to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
Always nice to experience new cultures.
I love that noise.
Cheers, boy. Enjoy it.
Finish the season in the top 20 of the Road to Mallorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. That's the dream shared by all who compete on the Challenge Tour.
Matteo Manasero's back in the winner's circle.
And what a performance from Andrea Pavan.
And it is a breakthrough win for Italy's Lorenzo Scalise.
It's been the Italian job so far this season.
And now you're on our turf. So let's play.
Yes, indeed, let's play. It's the 15th edition of the Italian Challenge this week, and its host is the 2023 Junior Ryder Cup venue, Golf Nazionale. A superb venue measuring just over 7,000 yards. It's one that will no doubt please many of its gladiators here this week as they prepare to do battle. One of those with fond memories of this prestigious event is two-time Italian Challenge champion Riccardo Gouveia, who lifted the trophy back in 2014, and again 7 years later.
I just love the country. I've won twice on the Challenge Tour out here. It's just, I don't know, there's something to the country that I love, and I feel comfortable with it. There's a lot of guys playing really well at the moment. I think they won 3 in a span of 5 tournaments, so yeah, there's a lot of good young kids coming through, and guys that have been battling the last few years that are playing well again.
Well, he's right to point out that the Italians have had a great start to the European swing this season, and looking to follow in his compatriots' footsteps is the silver medal winner from the 150th Open Championship, Filippo Celli.
All the Italian players that they won, they are, I think, the best players in Italy right now in Europe. And for me, it's like a stimulation to try my best, because I want to be the 4 Italian players to win this year. So yeah, it's very, very cool.
Yes, maybe this is the year for the Italians to take the DP World Tour by storm. As we take a quick glance at the rankings, we can see that all 3 of the Italian winners this season sit comfortably inside the top 20, though we know how quickly this can all change. Prime example is last week's champion Darren Fichardt, who moved up 88 places into that all-important 20th spot. So, who will take strides up those rankings this week? High time we got the action underway. To learn who made the most of perfect day 1 conditions, it's over to commentator Josh Antman.
Winner in Abu Dhabi earlier this season, Riccardo Gouveia, found his way to the 9th hole, started on 1, behind that one, up and down this beautiful little par 3. Nicely controlled, big opening round of 71 for the Portuguese star. Christopher Reitan, just 2 cuts made all season for Reitan. This was just off the side of the 6th green, a tricky little one. Downhill, right to left, no problems at all. It'll be a 71-2 for the Norwegian. One of the home favourites for the week, Andrea Pavan. He's been in the doldrums the last couple of seasons. Brilliant to see him back, and in the winner's circle in the Czech Republic this season. That was for birdie at 10, and it'd be a 67 to open his week in Italy. Will Enifer, man from Telford, just 15 appearances on the Challenge Tour. but a fantastic opening round for Will. Best result was in Holland, a tied third earlier in the season. This was his approach at the final hole. Great spin, gave it a chance, robbed of an eagle on the final hole, but a brilliant 66 to open his account for the week. The man everyone wants to win this week, Matteo Manassero, already a winner this season in Copenhagen after 10 years away, and this week he's got wife Francesca on the bag.
That makes it a bit mentally easier, and you know, she does a good job. I don't have to worry about her at all during the round, so she is getting into the caddy role nicely.
Francesca doing very nicely indeed. This was for birdie at the final hole for Manassero. A 66 for his first day's work. What a popular winner Manassero would be.
Well, a brilliant 65 made Ashley Chesters the early front-runner, and a fine start to the week for the home contingent with Manassero and Pavan flying the Italian flag early on. But could they keep their fans happy in round two? So, back to Josh again.
Andrea Pavan with the shorts out on day two, actually staying with his mum and dad, his family, who live just 20 minutes away from the course. This was his approach, the 13th, the par 4, almost holding out for an eagle, but it'd be a 68 to go with his first round of 67 for Pavan. Ashley Chesters, scintillating 65 in round one for the man from Shrewsbury. This was for birdie at 7, and a 69 for Chesters on day two, tied for third after 2 days. German Mark Hammer, poor start to the season, but he's had a good run of form as of late. Played in the morning wave on day two, nicely done on the par 3 9. He was tied for the lead at that point. That was his final hole, a 68 for Hammer. Alex Fitzpatrick qualified for the Open at West Lancs earlier in the week. A lot of travelling for Alex. From downtown at 17, continuing the good form from earlier in the week, a bogey-free 66 for Fitzpatrick. Well, they were all chasing this man, Matteo Manassero, started on 10 in round two. This his third at the first. It was the start of a brilliant back nine for the Italian, backing up a good first day with another in round two.
It was similar to yesterday. I hit the right tee shots where I needed to, and I gave myself a lot of chances. I made a few putts, so it was just one of those rounds that there is nothing to pick on, really.
Making golf look very easy at the moment. Manassero would be 6 birdies on his back nine in round two for the Italian. He would go on to bogey the last, but a 65 saw him in charge with 2 rounds to play.
And the halfway leaderboard again made pleasant reading for the Italians. 3 of the home contingent inside the top 10. Alex Fitzpatrick, Manassero's nearest challenger, 2 shots back. Now, one of those Italians in the frame has been on quite the golfing journey.
So my dad, he started golf right in his mid-30s, and he really liked it. My dad and my mom together, and he would have liked me to, play golf, and so he kind of handed me a club when I was little, and I remember traveling with him and going on the golf cart with him and just being on the golf course, and then kind of grew from there. I grew up on the north part of Rome, which it's about 20 minutes from Golf Nazionale. We played a lot of junior events there since I was probably 10. So I've been there a lot of times, and I have a lot of memories. I think looking back, I didn't realize what I was doing. I felt like I was playing well, but I've always felt like it wasn't quite there. And golf is a very tough game, and I just kind of lost a bit of form, and going into the next year and lost, a little bit of my way and trying to get better. You just kind of lose a bit of your natural instinct, natural feels. And I know that if I keep pushing and working hard, I'll just hopefully I can smooth these low years down and kind of get a bit more steady going forward.
We have a winner, Andrea Pavan, the US-based Italian.
Back home, my wife and my kids, you know, and my family, they were very supportive. They've always believed in me, and making the time for me to practice, making the time for me to, you know, be on the road and don't feel like I'm just missing time or just losing time. It felt great. I mean, every win is different, and I just kind of kept my head down and played it all the way through, and the ultimate goal is to get back to the tour. So yes, winning one is great, but you need to be consistently competing to finish in the top 20. There's a lot of good golfers in Italy. The Molinaris and their accomplishment, they speak for themselves, especially Francesco winning a major, winning the race to Dubai. I mean, been such a great player, solid. I mean, hopefully I can inspire some of the young lads, and yeah, just keep grinding and working hard, and eventually something good will happen.
Up next, we take a deep dive into the Junior Ryder Cup and its venue.
You really feel part of something big that I was thrilled to be in part of.
And a champion is crowned in Italy. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to central Italy, just north of Rome in the region of Lazio, for the Italian Challenge Open. On the course, it's not just the weather that's been heating up over the last couple of days. Matteo Manassero got off to the perfect start, thanks to opening rounds of 66 and 65. But who would keep their cool on moving day? Josh Antman can tell us.
Winner of the first event of the season in Cape Town, Benjamin Follett-Smith. A brilliant day 3 for the Zimbabwean. This is second at the par 5 14th. It led to a birdie, and he had 7 more on Saturday. A 64 with no bogeys for Follett-Smith. 2 good rounds from Ashley Chessers. He had to dig deep in round 3. Looking for his first win on the Challenge Tour. That putt helped him to a 70 on day 3. Still in contention. Germany's Mark Hammer, 1 win on the Challenge Tour at the Eurobank Open last season, where he also won on the Pro Golf Tour in exactly the same week, making some history. This was his approach at the 13th hole. Started a run of 3 birdies in a row for Hammer, and a 3rd round in the 60s sees him in 3rd place with 18 to play. It was a warm one on day 3 in Italy. Most players opting for the shorts. Alex Fitzpatrick, one of those. A fantastic start to his round. It was this 3rd shot at the par 5 first. A tapping birdie for Fitzpatrick there. Fitzpatrick found trouble at 10 with his tee shot. Went into the trees. He bogeyed the hole. Meant a 2-shot swing, and this man, Matteo Manassero, looking to take charge. Brilliant approach into 10. Huge possibilities of a home winner in Italy. Crowds out in force, watching the Italian, looking like he's coming back to something like the Manassero we saw 10 years ago. No problem with the birdie putt at 10 to get to 15 under par. Scotland's Ewan Walker had an awkward lie at 18 for his 3rd shot. Not his best.
Just when you go show up.
Isn't it always the way, Ewan? Just off the green at 18, he had this. Not easy. Through that 2nd cut of rough, right to left. Never in doubt. There was always going to be a birdie. A 65 for Walker.
Maybe it was good luck after all.
Maybe we'll stick around, Ewan. Manassero birdied 10 and 11. This was at 13. His iron play had been exemplary. for 3 days. And another one there, a 69 to lead by 2 with a round to play. It was a great tussle in round 3 between Manassero and Alex Fitzpatrick. Englishman matching him blow for blow on exactly the same hole. A little bit further up the fairway, just a wedge in his hand. Matching Manassero at 13 with a birdie there. He would bogey the last though. It'd be a 69 for Fitzpatrick, and those two would be in the final group on Sunday.
Yes, a case of as you were after moving day, with Manassero still 2 shots clear of Fitzpatrick, heading into Sunday's final round. The chasing pack will be looking for a fast start to try and catch the flying Italian. This week's venue, Golf Nazionale, will be in the spotlight again later in the year as it hosts the prestigious Junior Ryder Cup.
1, 2, 3.
I think it was, for me, it was an amazing experience. The team bonding, and you stay together for a long time, and you really feel part of something big. Wherever there is the name of Ryder Cup, it's something amazing, and that I was thrilled to be in part of.
I think it's massive for the kids' development, especially playing the singles on Thursday on the Marcus Simone course. I think 20,000 fans, both teams' final warm-up. And it's just going to be memories and something that they'll remember forever. That was a huge honour when I got the phone call. It's something I'm massively passionate about, is the Ryder Cup and junior golf. So for me, it was a marriage made in heaven, really. And ultimately something I want to do well, and hopefully we can bring it back and make the continent proud.
A sentiment, I suspect, shared by the rest of Europe. But back to the here and now, and down to business with the final day's golf at the Italian Challenge. Scoring was low over the first 3 days, with a congested leaderboard, but out in front, and the man they're all trying to catch, is Matteo Manassero. So could he keep his composure and clinch his second title of the season? Let's rejoin Josh to find out.
Will Enifer was laid up on the first, par 5. He started the day 4 back, so needs to make a move early on. Oh, nearly an eagle for Enifer. That'd be a tap-in for the Englishman. Fantastic crowd out for this final day. Alex Fitzpatrick, a great week so far. This for birdie at 2. Left to right, no problems at all for Fitzpatrick. In a rich vein of form at the moment. Well worth a fist pump. Mark Hammer, just on the left-hand side of this 10th fairway. A bit like Enifer. I think he'd have to make a run of birdies. That's a brilliant approach from Hammer there into 10. Hat's very much needed out in the sun today. Now Manassero, those bogeys at 4 and 7 have just proved a mild obstacle for the Italian. Can he get it going here on 10? Oh, he can. Brilliant from Manassero. He's got to catch Will Enifer, who's 5 under through his first 12 holes. That gets Manassero back to level par for the day. Nikolai Christensen, 3 top 5s in his last 4 events for the Dane. Bang in form, and 18th on the road to Mallorca rankings. This for Eagle at 14. He's a long way away from the hole here. 2 putts will do. Oh, but how about one from Christensen? Little look at the camera. Brilliant eagle from Christensen there. Birdies at 10 and 12 has got Manassero to 17 under par, but he still trails Enifer by 1. Needs to make a statement here, Manassero. His second into the par 5. Oh, this could be brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic from Manassero. And what a chance for eagle at the par 5. Crowds waiting in hope. Enifer, a chance at 15 for birdie. Manassero for eagle at 14. Oh, they've both holed them. We're tied at the top at 19 under par.
Yes, a pivotal moment in the round as Manassero joined Enifer at the top of that leaderboard. And perhaps the young Englishman was affected by that, as on the very next hole, after missing the green, he would fail to get up and down. This led to a bogey 5. Meanwhile, Manassero was making birdie at 15, a crucial swing. The Italian would therefore arrive at the final hole with a 2-shot lead.
Can Manassero do it? Make it win number 2 in his home country of Italy as well. Manassero can enjoy this final hole. That 2-shot lead just gives him a nice cushion. Oh, that's brilliant though from Manassero. Can he finish in style here on 18? So this for birdie and a 3-shot victory for Manassero. Absolutely brilliant from Matteo Manassero. It's win number 2 on the Challenge Tour this season, and it comes in front of his adoring home fans.
Commiserations to Will Enifer, but what a week for Matteo Manassero. A nerve-wracking final day, but the long-time leader held on for a 3-shot win to claim his first professional title on home soil.
Manassero. It feels amazing. It's, well, I guess the end of the goal that I had this year, you know, was ultimately to do well more than once. I never won a big tournament in Italy. This is the first one, and you know, it feels amazing.
A look at the Road to Mallorca rankings then, following event 16 of the season. And more good news for Manassero, whose win sees him climb 10 places into 2nd position, closing the gap on long-time leader Ugo Couso. There are now 3 Italians inside the top 9. Further down the rankings, the consolation for Will Enifer is a rise of 43 places to grab a spot inside that all-important top 20, with Lars Van Mel now occupying that perilous final place for a DP World Tour card come the season's end. And so, after a thrilling week, it's arrivederci to Italy, and an event that's just about had it all. But there's plenty more riveting action to come as the fight for promotion goes on. Next week, we're heading for Austria as the journey to the DP World Tour continues. We'll see you then.